Alright everybody, this is startup update number 3 on the Seaview. The last couple days I've been working on the control panels on the side where the main computer is. I finished that up. I drilled out there. You can see also that panel and this panel here. This panel here I used some canopy glue. And then I'm gonna probably, I think this section is blue. Everything I drilled out is kind of like a blue light, but I'm gonna probably mix it up and have some blue and red to give it some color, since this is multicolor here with an RGB. But I'm almost done with this. I tested the lighting last night, looked pretty cool. And then making up some light boxes for to hold the LEDs in the back side here. So I got one more to make up right here, a little box I'm going to have to make up for the lighting back here. And then this side's done. Did overlook when I drilled that out, I put some canopy glue in there. It dried nice and clear. I should have waited after I primered it, but I got this micro mask, and for what little bit I need to cover that up, when I get it primered, this should do just fine. So I would say this side of the control room is done. I'm going to focus now on this side of the control room. That monitor I might open up. There's one right there. I'm going to open up for lighting, and then whatever I can do with the rest of the this side. Those radar, if you can see them. There's 4 of them right there, and I think there's one right there. I don't know if I can get them lit up. That would be cool, but on the back side here there's very little space. I can get lighting down in there, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. It would be cool to light them up, but no guarantees. But at least the panels themselves I could probably get lit up. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish up this side first, and then I'll start the focus on this control panels on the other opposite side of the control room. So let me go ahead, pause for now, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the control room. I did, a week ago I got in the mail from Call TV Man, I did get the Seaview decals for the interior from Graphics. Another lighting, which is pretty cool. Back side here, it shows you where they go. And here's the decals right here. This right where my thumb is at the computer panel. I don't know how transparent these are. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. They look pretty cool though. I may use them all, I'm not sure yet. The computer panel wall that I worked on so far is ready for primer. Backside I light blocked it, you can see. A couple coats of primer, a couple coats of flat black. I may hit it one more time with flat black, but this is ready to go. And then I need to start working on the other side of the control room on these panels. So everything's looking good, it's taking shape, and like I said, back to these decals, I'll see what I use and what I don't use. Depends on how transparent they are for lights, for the lighting part. So I'm going to go ahead and continue working on the control room. Figured I'd give everybody a quick update. You can see here in the light, everything looks pretty cool. So I'll pause for now, continue working, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the control room for the 128 scale Seaview. Just starting to light block the back here, as you can see. Hit it with a couple coats of primer. I'll see if it needs another coat or two, and I'll let that dry, and I'll go over it with some flat black. This side with the computer is already done, as you can see. And then I made up all my little light boxes for the LEDs, and I think I'm going to have one SMD. I'm going to have probably an SMD in the front here, warm white for the monitor. The other monitor, I think I got a 3mm warm white LED for that. And then this area right here will be in blue. I thought about, I got a 3mm LED that blinks, but I think I'm just going to have them stationary. They're not going to blink. Of course, not the monitor, the TV. This side here, I got a 3mm white blinking LED, and then I'll be able to color in the lights with my Tamiya clear that I have. I got red, green, yellow, blue, and I think that'll be cool to do it that way. And that's about it for the lighting. I've got each panel except for this one here where my thumb is to light up. I think that'll look pretty cool. And then everybody already seen this lit up, at least the computer part. Once I get that all done, before I primer them, I'll probably go ahead and wire everything up, show everybody what it's going to look like, and then I can hit the spray booth and hit it with some primer. So I'm going to continue working on this today. Figured I'd give everybody a quick update on the control room, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, here's a mock-up of what this side of the control room is going to look like. It's a mess. I got wires everywhere. You can see here I got it hooked up to a 9-volt battery, and I barely got it to set on that side of the control room. But there's the computer, and then the rest of the panels, and I think it looks pretty cool. Let me go ahead and shut off another light. At the top, that might help out. That's a little bit better. I think it's going to look really cool. It's going to be tricky to get the other control panel onto the floor on that side and have it all hooked up, but I'll do my best to see what I can do at hooking that side up too once I'm done with that side. But it's going to look pretty cool. This side right here where my finger is, that's going to be blue. I'm going to make that light up. I'll probably use my Tamiya blue on that, clear blue. And then probably this control panel here, I'll probably have fiber optics, and probably the same here. But we'll see. Everything's looking pretty cool. I figured I'd share this with everybody. So I'll continue working on this today. It's a tedious job. But I'll pause for now, continue working on this, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, this is the final update for number 3 on the Seaview 128 scale from Mobius. I finally finished the lighting that I'm going to do for the control room. You can see here how the wiring looks like spaghetti, I will always call it, with all the wiring. I've got fiber optics on this side. This side I don't have any fiber optics. I have it hooked up to my DC power supply. Have it set for 9 volts, but I can go up to 12. I think it looks pretty cool, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and show everybody what I've done so far. Turn the overhead light off. You can see here on this side here I have blue. It's not going to blink or nothing. It's just going to be blue on the control panel there, and then look down a little bit, you can see the monitor right here, and then the monitor in the front of the sub right here. I have 3mm white blinking LED here. I might add some color to that once I trim the fiber optics down. On the other side of the control room, turn off the overhead light, you can see the computer right there. It looks pretty cool. And then I got a LED that blinks next to it, and then I got some more on the other panel right there. You can see it blinking, and also on that panel. That's about the best I can do for lighting on this. I think it's going to look awesome once it's all assembled and put into the sub. You're going to see very little of that computer. That's what's sad about it all. Once it's in the sub, you may see about a quarter or half of it working the way the ship's designed, looking through the front. But I figured if I added more lighting closer to the front of the sub, you'll get a better look at the lighting that I have come up with. I think it looks pretty cool. I know the camera's gonna it always does with the camera, with the lighting, it's gonna just not stay in focus. But I think that looks pretty cool. My next step is to take it all apart and get it in the spray booth and primer it up. But I think it looks really cool. On this side here, you know, with this panel, try to point it out, with this panel blinking, that's going to give it a good effect. And then the monitors, of course, they're just going to be lit, and I'll probably use the decals for those. But it took me a couple weeks just to get the lighting idea that I came up with for the sub. You can see I got everything in the back here. It's got to be all tidied up, of course. And any light leaks, same with this side back here. There's not as much going on that side as the side where the computer is. So right here is where the computer is. But overall, I think it's going to look pretty cool. But it's very time consuming for anybody that modifies their models and adds lighting and fiber optics and all that good stuff. But I figured I'd show everybody the interior of the 1/28 scale Seaview. And I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, call this a wrap for update number 3. I'd like to thank all my YouTube subscribers. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. More to come on the sub. No, I'm not on no time period here with building it. I take my time with my kids. I might be off this for a while. I might get back onto it. I figured I'd share this with everybody. And I'll talk with everybody later.